Hello, creative people. This is Catherine with the Motley Art, and I have my Scrapbook Sunday number 8. I'm still doing the Isabella Gratitude book, so the two layouts are going to be 6 by 6, and they're going to continue this book. So I'm up to 6 different layouts that I've done so far, and I'm doing this for the whole month of August. If you would like to see the previous layouts that I did, you can go to the playlist that I'm going to put above, and it also shows you all the paper for the Isabella collection by Close to My Heart, which is available all the way through August, to the end of August. So right here I am doing some stenciling on sage cardstock with a Tim Holtz stencil, and I'm using linen as my ink because I wanted this to be very subtle. So while I wanted the grain of the wood to be brown, I didn't want it to be a really strong brown, and linen is just a very subtle color, so I really enjoyed it for this, and I love the way that they came out. It is exactly what I wanted. I wanted some light pattern to break up all the green, but not so much that it was going to be in your face, and who doesn't love a wood grain? So then I'm cut out my pattern paper, which I loved this blue pattern, and that was the whole thing. I wanted this paper to be the focal point. I wanted to celebrate this paper because I love that Moroccan inspired design. And this is what I was initially thinking I was going to do. I was going to do the triangles on one side and then the stripe through the middle on the other side. That was my vision initially. So right there I just had to trim up my background a little bit because it wasn't quite 6 by 6, so that the stripe looked really nice in the middle. But once I saw the two laid out, I didn't like the triangles as much because it just seemed like it drew your eye more into the green background paper than the pattern paper, and I didn't want that. So I decided to cut another band to go through, and I'm going to end up laying these out in exactly the same manner. So I'm going to end up building two layouts that are very similar. Pretty much just the sentiment is what's different, but I just think they look so pretty together. I just really love the way that this came out. So I don't mind that there's not a lot of difference between the two layouts. I am using my dies by Close to My Heart, where it gives you the die to make the frame and cut out the background and even some shaker elements for a circle shaker. And you can also get the foam from them as well. So it's really great. Everything you need. And then you can make some really easy circle shakers. I really love it. And I really wanted to do a shaker element in this book. I just think they're so much fun, and I was excited at the idea of it. So I'm going to stamp my sentiments on the back inside the shaker. So I used Happiness Never Grows Old stamp by Close to My Heart. Now this was a stamp of the month stamp, so it's no longer available. I love the sentiments that are on this stamp. It also had some flowers. Stamp of the month, if you didn't know, they Close to My Heart brings out a stamp set for just each month, and it's only available for that 1 month. And if you make a purchase over $50, then you can get it at a reduced price for $5. So it's really nice. You get a nice big stamp set for $5 if you're already purchasing items. So I liked that. And I used the Sapphire ink to stamp on here because I really like the dark navy of the Sapphire ink. And here you can see are the foam that you can purchase separate, and you get the foam and these acrylic pieces, so the acetate pieces, so that you can put that on the back of your frame. And what I'm doing is I'm just using a lint dryer sheet to wipe down my plastic, acrylic, no, it's not acrylic either, I just said it, acetate. So on this acetate, there is a film that you want to take off first. Once you've done that, what I like to do is to use a dryer sheet and wipe it on both sides. And what this does is it reduces the static electricity that is on the acetate. So when you've put all your elements together, your shaker bits, like your sequins, won't immediately try to stick to the acetate. If you don't want that to happen, that's a great way to do this. There are other ways to do this, but I'm allergic to some of those other ways. I can't really use powders, so the dryer sheet works really well for me, and you don't even need a fresh dryer sheet. I mean, you could have used the dryer sheet already, and then you can take it out and use it for this, and it will work for a long time. So it's a great way to kind of get a second use out of something that normally, you know, we use once or twice and then throw away. So I'm putting in my shaker bits, and I don't know if you noticed, but I laid my foam circle down and then I put my frame on top of it. I found that is the best way to line up the circle. And then I like to put my bits on the background and then close the top. Instead of trying to bring the background, instead of flipping it over and trying to put the back on there. I think one, it allows you to get a little bit of an idea of how much you're putting into your shaker, and two, it's just easier to line up. And I'm showing you there that I actually did combine some of the julep sequins and the Belle sequins that I have, because I thought they both would look really nice with the colors that I'm using. They go so well with the colors. I did put a little bit more in the first one and then realized that it's a little hard to read the sentiment because of it. You're really going to have to shake it around. It's just, you know, that's okay. It's part of the fun. But I did put less in the second one. And once I got them done, I probably could have stamped that sentiment, be your own kind of beautiful, a little bit down. I put it way up at the top because I wanted it to, you know, to make sure you could see it above the shakers elements, but I forgot about the frame covering it a little bit. You can still read it, it's not a problem, but if I was to do it again, I would move it down a little bit. So now I'm just using some glitter vinyl that I had that I cut out into some strips so that I can use it for accents. I love doing this. It's so easy to do it on your Cricut. I mean, it does take a little bit of time to come up with the cut file, but now that I have it, I can just cut out so many different ones of these. It's so much fun. And I've been adding these to each of my layouts. So this time I decided to go with some sparkle. This glitter is so sparkly. I just love it. So I get those put on in the middle, and then I'm going to put on my shaker bits, and that's going to create my layout. Again, like I said, I love how this came out, and I just think it looks really nice. And I've decided that I'm going to put my gratitude on some tags, so I'm just kind of showing there. That's the plan. So I wanted to make sure I had enough space, which I do. So I thank you so much for watching my video. If you have any questions, or if you want some more information about the items I used, please look in the description and comment. I hope you subscribe, and I hope you have a very creative rest of your day.